my friends, and welcome to day 5 in my December daily 2025. Cruising right along on these pages. So, for day 5, or story 5, it's going to be about my puppers. Got them some elk antlers, which they absolutely loved. I was going to save them till Christmas, but in true Michelle fashion, I couldn't wait. I just was so excited to give them to them because they had never had them before. So they were totally excited. This photo cracks me up so much. Oh my gosh, Rudy's like, give it to me. So I am going to use this pink paper with the red circles and the, ledger paper on there. Not sure if I'm going to use this green number 5. I pulled it out. I mentioned yesterday in my video, if you did not see that, be sure to go look at that video. But I did mention when you are printing the digitals, I actually printed this one. Make sure you're printing on the right side. There's a white side and then a more yellowish side. And you can see, hopefully you can see this in the video, the difference. This is bright and vivid. This one is very, very dull. And actually, I kind of like this too, but this is how it's supposed to print. So you can see, let's see, I don't know if you can tell on my camera. This is the more yellow. So anyway, I had printed several of my digitals before I realized I had them upside down. So anyway, that's just a reminder. If you're printing, make sure you're printing on the right side. Same with transparencies. There's a right side to print on those as well. So make sure you read the instructions that come with your paper so that you know which way to print those on. So anyway, I am going to cut these into circles. I believe these are 3-inch circles, if I'm not mistaken. I know I kind of tested this out. Yeah, roughly 3. Yeah, roughly 3 inches. I might have to, I also have a 2.5-inch punch as well. So I've got 4 photos. I got 5 solid circles. So I've got 4 photos that I'm going to use. And then I also printed my journaling. I just printed this on photo paper within a circle so I knew it would fit. Let's see, I believe I used a 3-inch circle on this. Yep, okay. And then I think I'm going to do some kind of vellum or something over the top with a brad that I can swing out. That way I can put the number on top. And then for all of these other partial circles, I'm going to grab my little envelope of spare papers, and I think I'm just going to put little pattern papers in those, and then I'm going to call it good. So pretty simple page for the most part, unless I decide to get crazy. So I'm going to get started on this page. Okay, so I am going to start off by cutting out my photos with my 3-inch circle punch. And then I'm also going to cut out my journaling. Like I said, I printed my journaling on photo paper. I just set up a circle in Photoshop so that I could get my text within that circle, and then I'm going to end up doing a vellum layer on top of that. That photo still cracks me up. Oh my gosh. These dogs, my dogs loved these elk bones. Love them so much. But anyway, so I'm just going to cut those out, and then I'm going to go through my scrap paper and cut out some circles. I really like papers like this because it's a great opportunity to use up all of your scraps. Now, I don't keep all of my scrap papers. I just keep ones that are, big enough to use. And in other projects, I don't necessarily always keep them, but for December Daily, I do, because I know that, sometimes I'm going to be cutting up squares for like those 2x2 pocket pages, or circles like on this one, or you just never know when you're going to need a little bit of pattern paper. So, or even just to use as like a journal card, like a 3x4 or 4x6. card to go in your albums. I like to keep my extra papers from my December daily, and I just keep them in a little plastic pouch that I probably got on scrapbook.com, I'm sure. And then I just keep it with all my supplies every year. And, at the end of the season, I'll keep my scraps in there and then keep the full pages separate. So once I kind of found some of the papers that I wanted to use, I started punching those again with my 3-inch circle punch. And a few I kind of changed my mind on. I really like that blue one. I believe that was from last year. It says Merry Christmas all over it. I love that. I kind of wanted a balance between some of the darker papers and lighter papers. I really like this pink one with the red stars, but I end up not using that. I just felt like it was too much. And this one is actually from a 3x8 tag, I believe from this year. I think I used that on another page somewhere. So I'm just going to continue cutting these papers until I decide I like it. And then I'm going to trim off the whole thing and add a few embellishments and call it good. Okay, so once I get all of my photos and the pattern paper adhered to my page, I'm going to just trim off the excess. I could have used a paper trimmer, but I just grabbed my scissors. And you may notice that there's a green number 5 over there, and this is day 6. So I do eventually realize that and fix that. I don't know what it is with me in this project. Maybe because some days I'm working on multiple days. So anyway, I'm going to take my journaling that's on that photo paper and the vellum and just punch a hole with my crocodile, and then I will attach the journaling to my page and then adhere the vellum with a brad. I'm just going to poke that through my paper with my paper piercer and then attach that with a brad. And then I'm also going to pull out some gold stars. Then I'm going to add, I end up stapling a gold star to that number 5, which again, I end up changing to the number 6 because this is story number 6. Get it together, Michelle. Anyway, looks super cute. I'm going to staple that on there with my tiny attacher and then attach that to my journaling with a brad. I love those gold stars that were in the star mini kit. I've been using them multiple times. I'm going to be very sad when they're all gone. And I will probably end up using all of them this year, I bet, because I've already used, I think, at least half, if not most of them, or over half, I should say. Then I pulled out these little red stickers, these little saying stickers it was from a December Stories by the Month kit. It wasn't 2025. It was either 24, probably 2024. And I'm just adding a few of those on the photos. Of course, Freddie gets the naughty sticker because he is naughty. But I love him. He's a stinker. But anyway, so I'm just going to add a couple more of those gold stickers. And then I added one more red sticker at the bottom. I think it was the It's a Wonderful Life. And then stapled on the gold stickers and called it good. And then I'm going to attach this page to the back of day 5 and punch my holes. And then once I put this in the album, then I realized, oh, no, that's this day 6. So I pulled off that number 5, added the number 6, and it's all good. So super cute. I love this page. I was looking forward to using this pattern paper. I love to kind of play around with shapes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video for day 7.